by extension our creation, which is where we know good and evil, or you say that there is no such thing as good and evil and there's no purpose?
Well, I do believe there is no such thing as good and evil. I think these are concepts that we've created, or that we kind of have...
Why is it necessary to create your own good and evil?
What do you mean, why is it necessary? I never said it was necessary. I just think that...
Why do you...
Why do I create?
Why has mankind always done it?
Sorry?
Why has mankind always done it?
Probably because I guess we're more evolved than other animals. Because when you look at the animal kingdom, the good and evil doesn't really exist. It's instinct that drives them, and the will to live.
Sorry. I just want to go back to the foundation before this.
Yeah.
Do you believe in a God, or you don't believe in a God?
I believe that there's probably a higher thing, a purpose, a higher
being.
Force. Yeah, higher being.
Okay, and then obviously many people would call it God. Okay. Do you think that higher being, that higher force created us, made us, brought us into existence?
Do I think that?
Yeah.
Possibly. It could be. There's a possibility that yes, but I can't say definitively because it would still be belief. Then it's still a belief. It's not something I can prove.
Belief or induction? You induct it from certain facts. Like say for example, a very bottom line argument for the existence or necessity of a creator is 3 points: knowledge, ability, and intent.
Yeah.
If we put aside us in the universe, just talk about everything we know, like the camera you're carrying, the bag you have, the coat you have, the shoes you're wearing. We're saying that there was one point in time these didn't exist.
Yeah.
And then someone made them, made them, etc. And we're saying whoever made them, they would have had to have knowledge of how to make it, even if limited. They would have had to have the ability, and these two wouldn't have brought about the camera except intent. There has to be intent.
Yeah.
So everything which we know, it operates on that system.
Everything that we have an understanding of.
Everything we have an understanding of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's...
Yes. So therefore, if there is nothing which we have an understanding of that goes against these 3 points, I would induce from this those things which we don't necessarily have full comprehension of or understanding of had to have come about the same way. And you could call it belief, or you can call it a position I have based on inducing the facts. I've inducted this. So if everything I know has come about with these 3 things, then I would say, okay, the fact that we're living on a planet, it has an atmosphere, we have air, we have seasons, we have food, as in from the rain, from the plants, from the animals, the way me and you are communicating, the way you can see me, hear me, the way I'm breathing, my heart. For me, I would say it would only make sense. I don't think there's any other option except that there's a being who had ability, so I had knowledge, ability, and intent to bring us into existence.
No, I agree. I basically agree with what you said because that's exactly how. It's kind of how like science looks at it.
Yeah.
They deduct things and then they say this is the most possible thing, which is what you've done, which is exactly the same outcome I came to.
But then I would say that this leads on to something else, which I think myself and the brother were trying to point to. If there's I'll use the word creator, who has knowledge, ability, and intent, it would mean that he brought things into existence for a purpose, for a reason. He chose to bring us. He could have chose not to bring us into existence, but he chose to.
So that means there must be a reason, a purpose.
Yeah.
I get.
And
exactly.
Moving on, I would say that from what we know, everything which has been made, from what we understand, the purpose has always come from the maker, not from the object itself. Like for example, this bag. Someone's made it. They've made it to make money. and but they've also made it fulfills a purpose. You can carry your stuff, you can protect your stuff, etc. That purpose never came from the bag, or we never found the bag on the floor and said, this is good. Someone who made it randomly. They don't know why they made it, but oh, this is really good. I can put my stuff in it. What I'm saying is that the purpose came from the maker.
Yeah.
So I would say, from a point of reason, from a point of logic.
Yep.
On top of that, we would say revelation and messengers. But just from a point of reason and logic, I would say we have a creator, and this creator has created us for a purpose.
I get that, yeah. I get that. I mean, I think if I was to become religious, I would think exactly like that. Like that would be the rational thought. But because I choose to follow something else in my life, I don't feel like I need to be religious to benefit from the things that I can get from like that. I see people
you can benefit
from religious.
But is that choice which you made? Is it based on? I'll say, is it based on your own personal whims and desires?
To a degree, yeah.
Or is it based on reason?
Both. It's going to be a mix of both. If I'm being completely honest.
The reason, as in, I'll do this because it's good for me. I won't do this because it's harmful for me. But I'm saying the reason when you made this decision that I'm going to be a master of myself. I decide what I do, I decide what I don't do, and I live my life how I want. You're not submitting to the creator, but you're doing this yourself, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, but then I would say that if there's a creator and he's created us with a purpose, shouldn't we submit to that creator's purpose rather than deciding ourselves?
It's down to the individual.
Yeah, because we have free will.
Exactly.
But then if it is such that the creator said, well, I created you for this purpose and I've given you 60, 70 years, 80 years, and I've sent you messengers and I've sent you books, and you chose to, like there's a verse in Quran, I'm not aware, I haven't memorized the Arabic, but it says, have you not seen the one who has made his own self his object of worship?
Push, man, push. Yeah, let's go.
Okay, we need to make
no problem. So but you understand my point?
Yeah, no, I understand you. I understand.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if at one point I reach a point in my life where I feel like maybe I
The Quran money can speak for itself, man.
No problem.
The Quran money can speak for itself.
No problem. I understand.
But yeah, I think maybe I'll reach a point in life where something happens, like you say, maybe a message or something, it resonates with me, and at that point,
this is the message.
Not the one.
Okay. By your desires, but not by logic and reason.
Sorry.
You're saying it's not the time now. I would say that's
maybe
purely based on your desires.
Yeah, to a degree. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to follow the path that I feel is right, and I don't think going. Yeah.
So this is the object declaring the purpose for being made, which is illogical. I'll say one very quickly. That's why, as Muslims, people, they find it difficult, but we consider ourselves to be ibad. We consider ourselves to be slaves, worshippers. We're owned. We belong to Allah. He's the one who feeds us. He's the one who gave us life. He's the one who gives us death. So we have to submit to Him.
I understand that. I think, I could, to be honest, I could talk about this for a long time.
I'd like to talk to you again. Yeah. Thank you for your time. All the best. It was nice to talk to you.
Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you, man.
Okay, then. Take care. All the best. Alhamdulillah. Honest, but his honesty won't help him unless he submits. I mean, but polite. Yeah, but he's polite. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.